Come on. I know you've been waiting. You ready to ride?
Hey guys, welcome back to another Solo Leveling Arise video. Today we're going to talk about Seorin. She's turned a lot of heads this month, but is she worth getting? We're going to talk about that in this video. I'm going to help you try and make that decision, whether if you're new or you're still thinking about getting her. I'm making this video 4 days before she leaves us, so hopefully that gives you enough time. Or if you've missed this banner, if you're going to put her in the raid up later. But let's talk about where is she is used, because that's ultimately why you want to get her, right? So let's go through the modes. The instance dungeons, she's the best breaker for the water team. I'll tell you that right now. So if you want a great breaker for the water team and you want the water team to be your main team, I'll tell you now, she's the best breaker. She buffs the team. She does great damage. So if you want to get her for that, get her for that. But in saying that, the water team isn't that great at the moment, but Seorin is good. Again, let's go through the modes so I can help you make that decision. For Battlefield time, for these challenges, she does okay. She's not one of my favorite to use for speed running these dungeons, but she's okay. She's got some good AoE, so you can use her for that, but she doesn't clear as fast as some other meta characters for this mode. But I have used her in one stage last week, but normally I don't use her for that mode. For the ranking part of Battlefield of Time, now I used her this time around for the Cursed Giant, and here I'll show you. I came second. I left it till last minute. I didn't get enough time. I think I could have gotten first, but you see that Seorin is used in all the teams. Some people use the light, maybe they don't have Seorin, but you could see that everyone used Seorin until you get down, and maybe some people didn't have her in these teams. But you can see that she was meta for that time, so she does great. I found she did great damage wise, helped with AoE clearing and breaking fast, so she is great for this mode if water is the main used element. So that covers Battlefield of Time. Now, Guild Boss. She is meta at the moment for the second team of Guild Boss. Now, at the moment, she's in the Wind Water team. Now, she doesn't do the best damage. At the moment, she's buffing Jiwoo, her rival breaker. Now, the difference between them is Seorin buffs the team, and we'll go through that in the skill section after I talk about these modes. But she buffs Jiwoo, and Jiwoo does the most damage out of that team. I'm not going to compare the water and wind just yet. I will in a second, though. But yes, Seorin is the main part of this setup to make the water side do damage. Now, the new Cha, the first anniversary Cha, is coming out, and she's going to be water element. And I think she will take Jiwoo's spot, and Seorin will keep hers. So if you think Seorin is going to get replaced by the new Cha, I don't think so. But anything can change from the time of this video. But I think the new Cha will fit in here. So that's where her spot in the Guild Boss is. So everyone is using her at the moment. She's absolutely meta if you care about the Guild Boss ranking. Guilds are very competitive these days. They want to They want to be high ranked in the all-out guild war rank. So if you want to be competitive, I think you need her to get the maximum score. If you're competitive, if you don't care about guild boss, then this part of the video does not matter for you. Power of Destruction. This is an interesting one because I'll tell you that right now. In Power of Destruction, anytime there has been a water element weakness, I have never used a water team. Now that there's 2 elements that come up, I feel water is very underwhelming. I've never, even with Seorin, I've got a Leisha to 5 stars. Other teams do a lot better. So I do not use Seorin for this mode. So if you're looking to get high ranks for all the rewards here, at the moment, at the time of this video, Seorin is not worth it. If you're trying to get rank 1 rewards on this every week. But in saying that, Cha has not released yet. So just remember this video is before the new Cha releases. I'll probably do a follow-up video and see what ends up happening when she releases. She could be OP. She could do amazing things. But at the time of this video, she's not a great unit for Power of Destruction. Workshop of Brilliant Light. Now, this is where it matters if you're new or if you're mid account. Like you're about midway through the game, you're still at Baron. Now, what's good about Seorin, if you're brand new, she will take you through the first part of the Workshop of Brilliant Light. If you're planning to build a water team, you want the Cha that's coming out next. So you're building a water team, they'll take you through. Now, the problem with water is once you get to Baron isn't weak to water. So you will need to do this to get your power up. If you're new, your eminent power. And you need the Baron shards for that, to max that out, because that's how you get more power. So you will need to do Baron at some point, which brings me back to the wind part. Now, at the moment, wind can go through the Vulcan part and the Baron part. So that wind is good for early mid game. Now, what's coming out in the future after Deimos is going to be rumored another wind water workshop. Now that will be end game. This means that water will be good early and very late game if the new workshop is weak to water. Now, with the first anniversary and the new Cha, everyone is hoping that a first anniversary character is going to be OP and water will come out on top again. Now, what I will tell you again at this time of the video, when Thomas Andre released, everyone thought that he was going to be OP for this Workshop of Brilliant Light, Deimos. So everyone was on the Thomas Andre hype train, but in the end, when Thomas came out and then Kane came out, the fire team was better than the light team. So I am hoping that this doesn't happen with the first anniversary Cha, because after her comes a wind unit. So if the wind unit is absolutely amazing like Kane, that means water will still be underwhelming, because then wind will be powerful early, mid, and late game. So if you've got a wind team and you're not competitive in Guild Boss, maybe Seorin isn't for you, because if you're using wind mid, early, and late, then you don't need water that much. But I do think that if you want to be competitive in Guild Boss, you need Seorin. So I hope that clears up the modes for you guys. Oh, there's Simulation Gate. Now, one thing about Seorin, she does great damage and she's a great breaker. So she can be used in this mode, but this week is especially a good example. She does great core damage, but increases mana consumption when using skills. Now, she already has mana problems, so that is a massive con for her. I don't know what I'll probably use. Will probably use Dark for this week, but you can use her for simulation. She does great. She actually does great there. But do you need her? Is she mandatory? There's always two elements. So maybe you've got a better Dark team and you don't need her for that. So what you have to ask yourself during these modes, all I'm going to say is, if you've got a wind, if you're not competitive, you don't need her. Wind will take you through mid, early mid, and if the rumors are true, late game. If you want to wait another month for Leonard to come out, he's going to be a wind unit. We'll see if he's going to be broken. He's going to be like Kane. So if you want to bank on the wind team is meta still. So nothing's beating the fire team with this current guild boss. So you'll have to see. We'll have to see when Cha comes out. If you really want a water team, then I do think that Seorin is the best breaker for it. Let's go through Seorin's kit. Why is she valuable? So the thing about Seorin, every time she uses her Frozen Spin, Polar Surge, Magnum, it's almost all her skills. Whenever you use her,
What did you say?
she fires missiles at the target. And what ends up happening is each missile deals water damage and break damage. And what ends up happening is when the skill hits, it causes Sub-Zero, increases damage, water damage taken by 1%, which means stacking up 10 times, that's 10% water damage to the enemy. So this is what's good about her. So in a guild boss situation, if in the future we end up having a full 6 squad of water team, that means everyone on both teams, or it could be back to 9 characters, will have increased water damage by 10%. It's not a team, but it's not just to her team, it's to the enemy. So keep that in mind. I'm talking about future. Who knows what could happen? For A1, now Frozen Spin fires 4 missiles, and when the user enters stage, will activate the Overtake effect. The Overtake effect increases break effectiveness by 50% and decreases the damage dealt by 30. When limited break effect is activated, it removes Overtake effect. So limited break decreases effectiveness by 50%, but increases her damage by 30, missile damage by 30%, and in critical hit damage by 30%. So she gets a damage boost. This is just her A1. At A2, Ashard now fire 4 more missiles at once. So that's A2. When at A3, when she enters the stage, she'll activate Black Tea, increases defense by 20% and HP by 20%. And you're like, well, why do we need defense? This is the thing. I think she's built for the Cha that's coming out, which will be defense based, like Thomas Andre. So she will specifically buff her. Now, if you have Alicia, this ascendancy does not affect her. Alicia scales by attack, so this is why if you're planning to get Cha, maybe Seorin is the better option for you to get. Now at A4, water team members damage increased by 10%, stacking up to 3 times. So if you have full water team, that's 30%. At A5, this is where she increases damage by a lot more. Sub-Zero that we talked about up the top, just her basic kit increases damage by 10% at A5. It goes up by 2%, 10 times, 20%. That's another 10% more damage to everyone at the to the target that everyone can do. Limited break now has changed, increased damage dealt by 50%, missile damage by 50%, and critical hit damage by 50%. Where at A1 it was 30% all around. So she gets a 20% buff at A5. So that is her kit. That now, if you look at her rival, Jiwoo, Jiwoo only really buffs herself. Increases break effectiveness, increases the user's break effectiveness of her skills, the lightning kick and stuff. Recovers 50 MP again to herself. Increases the user's max HP again to herself. It's all very selfish. Seorin is a team player, you can say, which definitely makes her better than CG with Jiwoo. Sorry. So that is her skills. Now, how would you build her? You run her greed most of the time. Full greed most of the time. Now, for Guild Boss, you could run Desire and have Anna run greed. So that's why I've got Desire on both sides. But for Battlefield of Time specifically, it really depends. If you want to use her as a support for Sun Jinwoo, go Guardian Sylph.
What did you say?
Or if it's Hunter mode, you might want to run her with Solid Foundation because of the core damage. She does a lot of core damage. And run her with Obsidian. Or if you need fast breaking, even more fast breaking, you go Solid Analysis and either Sylph or Obsidian. So that's how you would build her. For cores, you can run again core damage.
What did you say?
Core here, the purple one, or you can run the orange one after using ultimate. Increases critical hit damage for 8 seconds. For the mid one, I always like the shield one, just in case there's makes it easier for the Guardian support. Just gives another shield. But this is important. This purple core here, decrease mana recovery rate by 10% and mana consumption by 12%. She drinks mana like crazy. She's very mana hungry, so you're going to need to build her around that. Her weapon increases the user's HP, increases the missile damage. So her kit's based around her missile, and that's how she gets most of her damage and break damage. But yes, guys, that is pretty much it. The team at the moment would be, if you're doing stages, would be Alicia, Seorin, and Mei Lin. The Mei Lin helps buff Seorin.
Enough lying around. Let's keep going.
With a core attack. So those are the 3 that you would run. That's pretty much the water team if you are building it.
Sorry, I was distracted. What did you say?
But yeah, I think that's it, guys. I think I've gone through everything in a nutshell. Do I think she's worth it? If you're competitive, go for it. Go 100%. Go to A5. You'll use her for guild boss. If you're new and you don't know about how long you're going to play this game for, and you're just playing for fun, you don't plan on being competitive, joining a hardcore guild to get the highest score, I would pass and still bank on the win team. The win team, like I said, the win team can carry you through early, mid, and if it's rumored, late game. Water is only useful for early game at the moment. If you just want to cruise through the game and just do things every week. But Seorin isn't great for Power of Destruction at the moment. We don't know what happens. Stay tuned for a follow-up video when Cha comes out. We'll see how good the water team is then. This may change, so yeah, guys. Hey guys, hope that helped you make a decision. Let me know in the comments if you did summon for her. Are you happy with her? Are you going to summon for her? And let me know if this video helped. I know I talked a lot. Let me know if I did. If you want me to not be so thorough with how I speak, let me know in the comments. I'll respond to everyone. But if you really want my quick 2 cents, if I was to give anyone advice, build a win team. Because if it's true that the new workshop is going to be weak to water and wind, that means you can build a win team till end game. So, and they're used in guild boss, and they're very strong as a team at the moment. We'll see what happens when the new Cha comes out. I'll probably make a video about it. So yeah, guys, that's the video. Please smash that like button, subscribe. I am a creator for this program, so if you want free codes, I'll put it in the description and in the comments. It's free to join. I send you codes. Simple as that. That's the deal. If you support me, I give you codes. No cost is involved. And if you want to catch me on Twitch, ask me any questions about the game. I stream there 4 days a week, so you can catch me out there. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching. And if you plan to summon, spend responsibly, please. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.